everybody. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm lagging, okay, because Perry woke me up so we can cover this story. So bear with me here. And he wanted to go live with it right away because Tasha K's is in hot water. Okay.
Yep.
Uh they found the offshore accounts, Cardi B. When most of us was thinking when she was found that she couldn't, what is the word I'm looking for, in bankruptcy, that she couldn't file bankruptcy. We thought that would be it. We thought that Cardi B would go back to garnishing her checks. She did not, did she, Perry?
No, no.
Tell the audience what she's looking at and how bad this was, because you
Yeah,
said it was a number of, okay.
basically, everybody know what she was doing. She was trying to bankruptcy herself out of paying Cardi B. Realized they couldn't do it, but during the process, they was under oath doing all these things. Trying to. When you file bankruptcy, you got to disclose everything. So questions are being thrown at them. They avoiding it. They say things like, "Do you have how many bank accounts? One. No savings, none. Trust, none." Of course, when you're in bankruptcy, you want to downplay every dollar you got.
Mhm.
But when you on videotape and under oath, these things can backfire because when you're under oath, they can get you for perjury, right? They can get you for perjury. And they basically set it up. And Cardi B team, when most people thought they was just, okay, well, Cardi B might drop it or move on, they were still investigating.
Mhm.
Because, at this point, Tasha's not going to tell them what she has and that stuff. So they kept digging and they actually start to pull up some of these offshore accounts.
Counts. Let me pick up from here. She's in trouble. First of all, hi Jarita. That's my friend. She's in the chat. How you doing, girl? So let me explain to you what she did with her money. A trust is when you have a lump sum of money and you put it in a person's name, and then you could either give it to them outright, or you might break up payments, like say like Michael Jackson is doing his children. And if you have a plan with what to do this money, you'll have someone in charge of the trust account, an attorney. Okay. So Tasha K divided her money up between 5 different trust accounts. Okay. I'll get to what the names were and where they were in a minute. She divided them up 5 different ways, 2 overseas and 3 in the United States. Now, most people say, most people don't understand how trusts work. Most people aren't savvy enough to know how to do this. Most people, I wouldn't know how to do it. So it's being rumored that she got some help from a woman named, oh, you told me to write it down, Patricia Haynes. I wrote it
Yeah.
down.
Mm-hmm.
She got some help from a woman named Patricia Haynes. Now I'm going to gloss over before I read the documents. Patricia Haynes has been served by Cardi B's team multiple times, but she hid from the subpoenas. What most people don't know is you could be served a subpoena through an email. They served her through an email and then tried to physically serve her. She kept ducking. And there's a feature on emails where it says, where you can read if a person opens it. They had that. She opened the email 8 minutes after
Yep.
it was sent to her. Okay, so they're not just going after Tasha K. They want to know who's involved and what role did you play in this, because this woman had an order by the judge not to move any money. So I hope I'm saying this in layman's terms. Is there anything, Perry, you wanted to add?
Let me say with this, and I think the reason why they want to contact her, not so much to get her, she's the person that allegedly opened this trust up, or life insurance and all this different stuff for Tasha K. They're trying to subpoena her so they can get records to find out how much money, you know, everything that's going on with this trust, life insurance, and all this stuff. So she's not really under fire, but she's dodging them.
Mhm.
That sounds weird to me. Like,
Well, Perry, most people think if you if you can dodge being served, then you don't have to be accountable. And that's
right.
not true, you guys. They could serve you through email, or they could show several attempts made and give the information to the judge and say, this person is intentionally dodging our subpoenas. And then you can get a court order like they did that, okay, she can be charged.
Right.
It's complicated. It's a lot. Before I start reading this lengthy motion, they filed a motion yesterday called motion to comply, which is they're asking that Tasha K be held in perjury of court. I hope I said that right, that she lied, perjury. And they want some kind of penalty for her lying. And this also opens up a gate for several more charges. They can charge Tasha K now with wire fraud, tax evasion, and money laundering. Ooh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, that among a lot of things, like, and all this stuff is just being presented. But you know how paper trails start, things popping up, find out you lied on the stand, that you hidden it. Like,
Oh, hold on.
What happened?
Hi, Dennis. We got Dennis Byer in the chat. Did you want to come up? I'll drop the link, Dennis, if you want to come up. Sorry, Pierre, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, because that's where I got it from. Dennis, they did it yesterday. He broke this yesterday. But it's just crazy. Like, I think most people think they can just, I'm going to hide this money from this person. But really, when they do this and get busted with it, now the IRS saying, hey, you didn't put this on your damn taxes, and that you got this money. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
It's like a lot of things that possibly could happen. You know.
All right, Dennis, come up when you're ready. We're going to start explaining things. And oh, here he is. No, that's not him. And then we'll go into it. She's in trouble. It's hard to hide this now. Now, my mother, who is a Tasha K huge fan, like an enthusiast, like she really loves Tasha K, she said, it's normal for you to want to hide your money. And I said, but you can't break the law. So when you break the law and you go to jail or prison, that system is designed to get free labor out of you. It's just not a place to be. So you got to be real careful in life, not just Tasha, every person, that you don't get caught up in the legal system and in the prison system, because your life is over. And I believe it was the state of Louisiana. Here he is. Hi, Dennis.
Hey, what's up, Dennis?
We can't hear you. Let me say this really quick. I believe it was the state of Louisiana. They are suffering from prisons being overcrowded. And so they start releasing people on minor offenses. I believe it was the governor who came out. He was really upset. He said, who's going to do our free labor now? So don't do anything to get yourself caught up.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
We got you, Dennis.
Okay.
All right, Dennis. Now we got all this information from your site. What's the name of your site?
Hip Hop Inquirer, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, good. So I got the paperwork. And so, first of all, really quick before we go into the paperwork, what are your thoughts? Because my mom says she shouldn't go to jail, but she broke the law. What are your thoughts, Dennis?
Well, I mean, if you break the law, you know, you get people go to jail all the time for tax evasion, perjury. I mean, this is the smoking gun that Cardi was talking about a couple of months ago when she did her Twitter post. I knew it was coming down the pipeline, but you know, we had to get they had to get the transcript, excuse me.
Right.
They had to get the transcripts. So
you're talking specifically when Cardi B came out and said, "You don't think I know where your money is?" Remember, she said, "Is that
absolutely? She already had the information. They went to a 2004 examination, and it's more to it. But you know, they're not. There's more. There's a lot more. So this is just one filing, and it's honing in on the accountant who set up the trustees.
Is that Patricia Haynes?
Patricia Haynes, correct. And she's attempted to dodge service, but as you explained earlier, she's opened some emails, and there's read receipts, and this is why the court is the lawyers petitioned the court to compel her in particular to respond to the 2004 credit examination. There's other moving parts here that obviously will come out in the next couple of days, but this is honing in on her. This, and
but let me ask you something, Dennis. We don't know for sure. I would assume that Tasha K wouldn't know how to divide up her money like this and put it in offshore accounts. Do you think that Patricia, and this is just an assumption, did this for her?
Well, that's what the attorneys believe. And I won't say she doesn't know. She's gotten advice. She knows she was lying on that video deposition because they got the video. This is just not a Q&A or a recording. It's a video. There was a videographer in the room as both of them were given their testimony. So I don't know why she think that no one would be able to track her assets when you're moving money through electronic means. So, you subpoena banks, they show all the money coming in, going out of accounts. Right. And she foolishly used her middle name to set up one of the trusts.
I got that. One more before I put up the court documents. This is YouTube. Do you think Cardi's holding her foot to the flame? Is she being mean? It's just a straight up question.
No, if someone owe you 3.5 million, you're gonna it's not being mean. You want your money. This is money that she's entitled to. I mean, if she owed me $300, I'm going for it.
Exactly. That's the point. And see, it's easy for somebody always to say, "Oh, well, Cardi got 10 million. Is 2 million okay that she wasted on attorneys and for her not to get anything back?" Come on, people.
I have to ask the question because it got to be both sides.
So here's the thing. Has she not lied? And someone owe you money. Just think about someone owing you money and they've been dodging you. You go knock on the door, you sit, you gotta do all kind of jump through hoops to try to get your money. This girl is literally lying under oath to officers of the court. And do she think she's above the law? There are many people that Lil' Kim went to jail. Just think about all the celebrities that went to jail. Look at the Chrisleys, the reality stars. They went to jail for tax evasion. So why is she immune or exempt from being prosecuted for the same thing? And Judge Ray said, do not move your funds.
Yeah.
So there's evidence that she moved those funds during before the trial started, and she was already put on notice.
Now, one more question before I pull up the documents. She has a lot of fans. She has 1 million subscribers, and there are some people that don't want to see her go to jail.
But tell her do the right thing. Tell her do the right thing. Turn yourself in. Turn yourself in, Tasha K. Turn yourself in. Go ahead. Just walk in backwards to the jail, and then.
And you have a feeling she's definitely looking at jail time, right?
It's perjury. I mean, like, why should Cardi and why should the trustee? This is out of Cardi's hand. Once he can show on paper that the woman lied and the husband lied. So when you try to say when people saying that, well, we don't think the husband's so bad. He went in there knowing what he was going to tell a lie. He knew, and when you read the documents, it's kind of humorous too, the line of questioning, but he knew he was lying when he said it. It's like when they were on a stand.
So Shaq is involved now.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yes, he's involved. They both are. The husband and wife team. Like they can't be honest like the two people I'm looking at right now. They had to go in there.
No, you didn't.
They had to go in there, with their big selves and just go ahead and lie in front of and a lot of times when someone's asking you a question in that type of setting, they already know the answers. The lawyers knew the answers. They just wanted to give them on record, and they gave them a second chance to correct it. Now, so you got to, tell your mom, I know she likes her, but this is what it is.
Mom, you hear him. You're in the chat. He's saying it's not looking good for your girl.
Right.
Perry, is there anything you want to say before we start reading?
This, like with Dennis, everybody's saying this. We don't truly know what's going to happen, but when you put yourself in that predicament, like when you go,
absolutely,
you don't know if you're going to be found guilty or innocent because you put yourself out there for somebody else's judgment. We don't know if the bankruptcy court is going to prosecute her for perjury. But I do know, I got a feeling that when you start dealing with hidden money, if it wasn't on your taxes, the IRS might get involved.
I can say this official. I can say this on record. that it was referred to the Department of Justice. I confirmed it. It was referred. I
See,
can tell you that unequivocally. It was referred to the Department of Justice. I mean, come
Now,
on.
Dennis, this is my mom. You've got her heated. You hear what she
Oh,
said?
oh, oh, no. Oh my goodness. Oh
No,
my
but he's
goodness.
speaking. He's taught. Listen, he doesn't have. He's just reading a court case and applying a little common sense, mom, not in a bad way, to it. Like when you lie and you're found guilty for wire fraud and transferring money. What else did they say? Wire fraud, tax evasion, and money laundering. It's just not good.
and I say this too, Sharrell, and it's not if anybody. Well, I mean, personally, I don't want to see Tasha go to jail, but I don't want to see my cousin Ray Ray go to jail neither. But when Ray Ray out here doing this foul stuff, that's what happened to people. You see
Free
what I'm
Young Thug.
saying? Yeah.
We're just joking around, y'all. All right. Dennis,
Justice for Fonnie Willis.
oh yeah, Fonnie Willis. What? Okay, that's another
Yeah,
case.
that's another story.
That's another story. I should do a story on that. All right. So they questioned her. According to Dennis, this was filmed. This was recorded.
Yes, it was.
Okay, this is the smoking gun when they asked her this question. With respect to deposits of money, you mentioned that you have one checking account. Do you have any savings accounts or IRAs or any trust? Remember, I said the money was put in a trust, for example, for your children. And her answer was no.
Yep, that's what she said. She said no piggy bank, no nothing.
Nothing. No money in the sock, nothing.
Yeah, you are messy. That right there is the specific thing that did her in, but they kept going. You don't have any trust set up for your children. Again, a very solid no. What does this say? Meetings, trust, that further disclaim your existence as trust. Let me keep going. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You guys can go to Dennis for that. And you mentioned you had estate lawyers. She said, no, I ain't never had. The only estate lawyer we had was the one that made not the trust, but the wills. Oh,
Think about that. Not the trust, but the wills. No one said the trust, but you said the trust.
These are specific questions, Dennis, that if you don't answer honestly, will send you to prison.
You on record.
You're on record.
Well, I don't want her to go to jail. I don't want to see anybody go to jail, but this is almost forced. It's no way of getting out of it, is what I'm trying to say.
So let me ask you a question. You're reading it to your community right now. You know she said she said no to the questions that were asked. What makes her better than anyone else that like I don't want anyone to go to jail if they didn't break the law, but like come on, this is beyond that. She has opportunity. She has lawyers. A lot of people don't have lawyers to give them advice.
When I say I don't want anybody to go to jail, I'm specifically talking about African Americans that get caught up in the system because the prisons are designed for free labor. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That is true. But sometimes people put themselves in servitude. Yeah. Sometimes people put themselves in servitude by way of the way they move.
A lot of people everybody puts themselves in there except for the falsely accused. And it's just sad to see Black people get caught up in the same thing of getting caught up in the system. You might as well just throw your life away.
But
and that's
listen,
the part I don't like.
Think about when Tasha was doing all that to Cardi and saying she was a gang member and she would, she should go to jail and all this. I mean, come on, it's not funny when the rabbits got the gun,
Yeah.
You were doing, I tell you, when you in that, you got to look at the examination it was doing on her and her husband leading up to this. Nothing good could come out of that unless you're going to tell the truth, full truth, nothing but the truth, and nothing good. They were examining. This was worse than an audit. This is very thorough.
But what makes people keep going down this rabbit hole? When the judge gives an order, you can't break the order. You're playing Russian roulette with your life.
Sharrell, I think this. I think even when people go to court, it's just a general thing that's out there in the public. Well, they can't get what I ain't got. Right. And they overlook that the judge say, hey, you owe this judgment and you shouldn't be transferring no money. They think, well, He don't know what my bank is. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
People
Yeah.
always think they got a chance to get away with things.
See, the thing, she didn't bank on Cardi, and her team finding the assets, because a lot of
Well,
times you can't find the
I
trust.
couldn't imagine that, Dennis. I was shocked. I was shocked. Like, oh my God, they done found the money, child. They done found the money. Let me keep going. They ask her again. This is why she's in deep trouble and she can't get out of it. So we have them asking her one time. Here's the second time. Is there any kind of trust? She says, no trust.
Mhm.
She said, trust. What's trust? I don't trust myself.
Y'all be messy. Have you ever tried to start a trust? So they keep asking you the same question so you can't get out of it later. So they reform the question. But the bottom line is, so you can't say, I thought he meant this. They're asking you multiple times in different ways. This is why, Mom, close your ears. This is why she in trouble.
Yeah, and then they ask you real slow. Do you have a
Period.
trust?
You are messy. You are messy. Have you ever tried to start a trust? No. I mean, we talked about it, but we didn't do well. We was advised, like, because we were in the middle of the lawsuit, that we couldn't do it. She sound like she was.
Yeah, she goes into explaining the unexplainable, and that shows more intent to deceive.
Yeah.
Right. She should, by trying to explain it away. We talked about it. So how did it come from just a discussion to a reality? And then you guys don't know where the trust come from? Like, come on. Like,
that's true. Like, because in that statement, she did say, well, no, we thought about it, but then we realized what the judge said, and we can't transfer these funds and we can't hide this money.
Playing in the judge's face.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't say you didn't know you couldn't do it. You just said you couldn't do it. Why are we getting these trusts popping up? And that's only 5 or whatever they found already. It could be more.
It goes into when you say we, who is we? Me and my husband. So right there, Dennis, she dragged him into it, didn't she?
Dragged him right in it, like in the court, like in the trial, like in that trial.
Sharrell, don't you ever do that to me.
She threw him under the bus.
she pulled her husband in it. And Dennis is, because once she's found guilty of perjury, he also was talking about the same trust. Is it chance that Sheck might do any kind of time?
I'm not part of the Department of Justice. I don't know how they handle stuff like this. Well, I do know how they handle stuff like this, but I mean, he lied as well. They both lied. They both lied on record, on camera. Maybe I can get a piece of the clip.
Now you are messy. Go on and get it. Go on and get it, and then come on over here. We'll watch it.
Absolutely.
El Kibi, so still, Tasha. Okay, do you have any trust? The final one, they say no. Do you have a trust for your children? She says no. Do you know that your wife? Okay, now they start questioning Sheck. This is where he's in trouble. So she pulled him in it. She used the pronoun we.
Right.
They asked her to clear that up. Who is we?
Who is we? Right.
And now she subconsciously, for the fans, or if you're not a fan, she pulled her husband in this shit. This is what she did.
Threw him right under the bus.
She did. I mean, maybe she didn't mean to say we. I don't. Well, no.
I don't know. If you did that to me, I'd be sitting back in the courthouse. Me?
Period. So they asked Sheck, do you have a trust? No. Do you have a trust for your children? No. Do you know that your wife has publicly talked about the trust that she created for your children? Do you know anything about this, Byron? Did she talk about it publicly?
I saw comments that she was on, because I don't watch a channel like that. Recently I watched 2 videos, but for other reasons. But she's talked about, according to some of the people that have been watching the channel, that she kind of alluded to it. So they're just questioning whether or not she said it. And then she says, as you continue reading, she says something about she was trolling or something.
So that day when she was on her Instagram and she went to the bank, she was smiling. Do you think she could have been like?
I would think that might have been the case. She might be making a deposit. I mean that. The fact that you would use your middle name and for a trust, and then you stay. It's not like uncommon that she would stand outside a bank just trying to rub it in. You know, I mean, she's in Africa.
Ugh.
Well, she was in Africa during the time, so I don't know.
So let's go over it again. They say to Sheck, do you know that your wife has publicly talked about the trust that she created for your children? He says, we thought about it, but, and then the questioner says, but you never did. And he said, we don't have one. Ooh.
We don't have
You didn't
one.
lie. We don't have one.
What? Fire Ogun, hire Perry. We don't have one.
He goes into detail. He says, who owns Transrena? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Transrena Management Trust. Okay, this is what you're talking about. So she put one of the trust and she named it Transrena Management Trust. Sheck says, I don't know. You don't know? I don't know. Does the word Transrena maybe give you a clue at who might be own it? Transrena is Tasha's middle name, you guys. He says, Transrena's my wife's middle name. Oh, do you recall that you testified that there were no trusts, that neither you or your wife owned any trust? He says, yes. Sheck has a tendency to be honest. Have you noticed that at times?
I mean, could you imagine him sweating though? No, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody want to be in that spot.
Yeah, we got to see the video. We just got to see the video.
Dennis, you've been following this case. I'm thinking Sheck is honest, but Tasha has pulled him into this. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think Sheck is being more coy about how he moves. I think that there are two peas in the pot.
You do?
Yeah, I think that he's just being coy about how he's moving. He knows that his wife is putting him in a very bad predicament, and he's a part of it. I don't think he's separate. I think that while people are trying to say that, maybe he's naive to it, nah, he's pretty smart. He's pretty smart.
You know what, Sharrell? That's almost like me saying, I don't know what you're doing. I'm a part of it. If I wasn't on here with you and I'm sitting there holding the camera,
you messy,
watching you lie. No,
Perry.
Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Yeah.
You and Dennis are a bad team. Y'all seem to have sharp tongues. Okay. Again, he says, do you recall that you testified that there were no trusts that either you or your wife owned? Any trust? And he said, yes. So why are we seeing Transrena Management Trust here for, I can't read this. Shoot, I lost my place. Here for, is it Tambu Limited?
And that's the child's name. That's the baby's name.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
So should they name one with the baby's name and they name one her middle name? What kind of coincidence is that? Like, I don't know. I've never met a Transrena in my entire life. Yeah, never heard the name before.
Yeah, yeah.
But the son's name is also in the trust too.
Oh my God! It's no getting out of this.
No getting out of it.
If the trust was named something else, I don't know, but you're naming them after yourself and your children. Okay. He admits to it, yes. So why are we seeing an Transrena Management Trust here for the son? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Partnership in general, partner. I don't know why. No.
See.
Who were the limited partners of Transrena Management Trust? He says, I don't know.
He got amnesia.
Can't get out of this. They're asking him straight up, who's involved with this trust that's named after your wife and your son? What's this trust for? It's named after your wife and after your son, and you say you don't know.
He said some impersonator.
So your prior testimony that you and your wife didn't own any trust was incorrect, correct? He said, let me say that differently. So when you testified prior that neither you or your wife had interest in a trust, that was false testimony, wasn't it? Now this prosecutor is really putting his back to the wall. There's no way that Sheck can get out of this and reword it. Sometimes if you reword something, you might get out of it, but they covered all ends. So these prosecutors,
they gave him an out. He could have at that point clarified. It came clean right there. They gave him an out. He didn't take it.
What would you have said? What would have been your out?
my would have been, yeah, that I do own a trust, because I know that when people are asking questions at this level, they know the answers. It's no different than FBI or any other law enforcement. When they ask you questions, they typically know the answer. They just want to see if you can confirm it, because they want to get you on perjury.
Yeah.
It goes to credibility again.
Yeah. Whew. Object, the form of the question. No, I don't know it. Are you limited partner in transferring a measurement? So they're asked, these are, so listen, it feels like, and explain this to me, tell me what you think, Dennis, that Cardi B's attorney are superb. The best of the
Absolutely.
best.
Absolutely.
You're not dumb when you reword these questions. What about Tasha's attorney? Is she in over her head?
Well,
Perry, did you put, Perry, you put cellmate behind you?
I was starting to wear it.
You are messy. I'm sorry, Dennis. What would you say of Tasha's representation?
Well, I don't think she even shared that with the bankruptcy, because she has a bankruptcy attorney. I doubt if she shared the trust with the bankruptcy attorney, because he had to tell her, listen, you got to tell the truth. He didn't. I don't think the bankruptcy attorney knew that she was lying. See, so that's the problem.
If you don't know that your client's lying, then you can't defend your client, right?
Absolutely.
And no bankruptcy attorney, that they're not going to investigate you. They're going to just ask you for what you got, whatever you got, you process it. You sign off that this is what you gave him. So he's covered.
He's covered. He's covered.
But
he's probably cutting his ties as well. It's the bankruptcy attorney is probably cutting his ties with her. Like,
because he could have got dragged into this, Dennis.
Well, she made representations to him. He made representations to the trustee. Now he probably thought that she was telling the truth, but now when they did their due diligence and had the investigators research and do asset location, they found it. So now he's sitting in the middle of dog crap. She pulled him in the middle of crap. But he's going to proffer to the court that, hey, listen, this is what they told me. And, this is what I believed. And this is why I said what I said. I don't think he has a problem. I think that whoever advised her and her, her team told her, hey, maybe you can get away with it. She didn't think that they could be able to Cardi could find the money. She really thought that Cardi couldn't find the money. She really believed that Cardi could not locate her assets. That's what a lot of people think. If you transfer money through electronic means, and you transfer from a domestic account to another domestic account or to out to another account, they're going to trace it, because you subpoenaed the banks. We want all the wire transfers. We want everything coming in and going out.
Yep.
So this is so serious. It's not even a joke. They go on. Are you a limited partner? See, they're not just a partner. Now they're saying limited partner in the son's account. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm not going to try.
Tattoo.
He says, I don't know. Oh my God.
I don't know if I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
So who are they going to blame? Somebody else? Who are they going to blame? He don't know. She don't know. So who has the money?
This is a type of question, no matter what you say, you cannot lie. You just can't. It says, who would have documents related to Tamu? Did I say it right?
Yeah, Tamu.
Limited
Tamu, something like that.
Yeah. That would have to be the attorney, Natalie Green Hosea. So are they bringing their attorney into this now?
Well, the attorney, interestingly, the attorney has been in communication with Cardi's team at limited communication. When you read the document, you see they had some type of communication, and there's some text messages towards the last page.
That would have to be the attorney, Natalie Green Hosea.
Yes. Right.
I see down at the bottom of this, her name is Natalie Green on the document, correct? Yes. Is that the same person as Natalie Green Hosea? I believe so. Tattoo Limited Partnership is still active partnership, isn't it? I don't know. Oh my God. And that usually works in regular court, Dennis, doesn't it? I can't recall. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, you got demonstrous evidence like these trust accounts. They're going to present it. they're gonna ask you, and then they're gonna present the evidence in front of you. They're gonna ask you the question, and then they're gonna show it. We see this in the YSL. You see how the prosecutor is asking Mr. Tick questions, and then they present in the plea deal. Well, this is what you signed. You know, you read it. Yeah.
It appears $30,000 was transferred. Specifically, the debtor failed to disclose the existence of and or testify untruthfully about the following. So these are the names of the accounts. A lot of these are African names. No, all of them. Y'all got to bear with me. Is it Sambuski? The Sambuski Investment Trust, and that's located in Cook Islands. Do you know where Cook Islands is? Anybody knows?
I don't know. Is it next to Canaan Islands? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what Bank of America is.
Right. It's not in the Bronx, I can tell you that much.
It's definitely an offshore account. We know that.
Offshore account. I'll pull the document up. What page are you on? I'm pulling the document
up. I'm on page 13.
13, okay.
Yeah. Read along with me. Sonic Keys LLC, that's located in the island of Nevis, offshore account. The Bambuco Trust, Kibi Children LLT, Georgia. Okay, so that's the first one in the United States. Transrena Management Trust in Georgia. Florida Joint Revocable Living Trust. So that's 5 accounts that Cardi B's teams have found.
And the living trust is where they can go in and put money in and take money out. So they're not locked into that trust. So that's something that they can just move funds in and out.
And that's 5. You know, it could be more, right, Dennis? Or
could be more. Could be more.
In addition, debtor failed to disclose her interest in undisclosed partnerships. Specifically, Movan was discovered. In the course of discovery, the existence of Tattoo, the Tamu, I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry.
Tanto.
Let me write that down. Tanto. Child, the names.
Tanto.
Limited partnership, general partnership, Transrena Trust. So you're saying that she was able to withdraw money from these accounts and deposit money, right? Into these accounts.
the last account that you described, the
living trust, right?
Living trust account. Yeah, she's able to pull money out and put money in.
Miss Hayes. So Miss Hayes helps with the finances. And for me, I feel like Patricia Hayes is her name, is the person that helped her create these accounts. I feel she's the person that probably told her this is what you can do with your money and set it all up, because there would be no other reason to dodge these subpoenas.
No reason. A professional company, why would you put yourself out there like that? And why would you intentionally try to dodge?
I mean, because she got that email.
So if you
through email, then she read it into I'm not here.
Perry, listen. If you are in finance and you intentionally help somebody hide their money, are you in trouble too?
Absolutely.
Maybe. Okay, now that's the part you got to prove, though, right?
Well, intentionally hide money. Well, I would say if you know that there's a potential of committing a crime and you're doing it, yeah, you would be in trouble. But
right, I can't teach someone how to steal from the bank across the street. I'm in trouble too.
Right.
If I set up you a living will as a financier, I don't know, paralegals, whoever do it, right? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just going by the rules and helping you set this thing up.
Right.
And you're gonna have people to give you other advice off the record. Like, child, I'll probably just send that shit to an offshore account or something. But that person didn't actually take the money and put it in an offshore account. Well, I guess that's when that person can get involved, I guess. If they're the middleman taking money and they're doing the transfer, right?
But you listen, I just have a feeling in my heart. Tasha went to this woman told her what to do. If she wasn't guilty, she wouldn't be hiding.
Right.
That's the part that makes her look guilty, right?
It makes it look bad. Why are you hiding? Just this is a federal procedure. It's in federal court now. So why would you hide from a service unless you got something to hide?
Right.
unless you got some real hot, and you may have to disclose some of your other techniques. So who else you might have helped?
I'm going to finish reading this document. If you guys want me to stop, just tell me to stop. And then you could add whatever you want to add to it. It says Ms. Haynes was in communication with the Keebys and estate planning attorney Natalie Green Hosea regarding execution of certain documents, apparently trust documents prior to the bankruptcy case. However, it is unknown to what extent Mrs. Haynes was involved in documentation and communication regarding the creation or the funding of the undisclosed domestic and offshore trust. So they're saying at this point, we don't have enough evidence to tie Patricia Haynes into this.
Right.
But girl, why you hiding? See, I had to put
it
in. That's right. No, we ain't got nothing on you, but you making us suspicious.
Right.
Go ahead, Barry.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm saying if that's all you did, why you got a black suit and ski mask on? Why you under the table? Why you always disappearing when I hit the doorbell? You know what I'm saying? I mean, things make you look guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You said she starts sweating when the doorbell rings. It says accordingly, because neither the debtor nor her husband, Shekna Kibi, have testified truthfully regarding the existence of their trust. Movant is forced to seek information regarding them elsewhere, including from Mrs. Haynes. So they want paperwork, I'll put it that way, from her. Not only do they want to question her, and when you do these kind of things, the paperwork has to be kept, right? Dennis?
Yeah.
Like if you go in and open up a trust, there's gonna be paperwork on it, or you can't transfer money.
Right.
Seeking information regarding them elsewhere, including Ms. Haynes, who is inexplicably and obviously attempting to evade service, even though she clearly has actual notice of the subpoena. So they're saying you are intentionally hiding from us. I got this from Dennis website. We sent you an email with a subpoena. You opened it 8 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
And now you are nowhere to be found.
Yeah. And she working a 9 to 5 job, but you can't go at 10, 12, 1, 2, or 3. She gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Dennis, isn't Perry messy?
Oh yeah, I love it.
You are messy, Perry. Wherefore, Movant respectfully requests that the court enter an order compelling Patricia Haynes' responses to the document request in the subpoena, ordering her attendance at the examination February 15th. So they are demanding that she shows up February 14th, 2024. That's next month.
Mm-hmm.
So
Valentine's Day.
No, it's Valentine's Day. Patricia's calling it Doomsday Child. Oh my gosh. So they're ordering her to be in court. If you are a no-show, can they hold you contempt of court?
Absolutely. They got sanctions. Sanctions could be criminal. Sanctions are sanctions.
So now Tasha's in trouble, the accountant is in trouble, and Sheck is in trouble.
It looks like that.
I hereby certify that in accordance with the local rule, whatever, and prior to filing this motion, the undersigned has attempted on multiple occasions via email. Oh my God. So they tried to email her and on the phone to obtain cooperation from Mrs. Haynes on both the production of documents responsive to Movant discovery requests and settling a mutual agreeable date and time for her examinations. But Mrs. Haynes' refusal to respond to left Movant with no choice but to file the instant motion.
So now,
go ahead, Dennis.
So now this if she doesn't show, now she's gonna have to invest in an attorney. She's gonna have to spend her money out, the money that maybe she made for helping setting this trust up. Is it that serious? What does she have invested in this? Is she getting a percentage of hiding the money? So you don't know that.
I mean, it make you speculate and start to wonder.
Right.
Why is this person acting so afraid and guilty?
Right.
I mean, the only thing I could say, that would get her in it if she did the transport. You know what I'm saying? Offshore accounts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
So then they give a series of evidence, I don't know what you call it, of how they tried to contact her.
Exhibits. You going to the exhibits?
Exhibits. Thank you.
What page are you on?
I'm on page 17.
17. Okay.
The following is a list of parties who are not on the list to receive emails notice service for this case, who therefore require manual notice serving. You may wish to use your mouse to select and copy this list onto your word processor program in order to create notice and labels for these recipients. They're submitting evidence. They're submitting evidence of ways that they tried to contact her. It's absolutely no way, especially since they had the receipt that says that you opened it up 8 minutes after it was.
They don't try it all kind of ways. Showing up, ringing your doorbell, emails. They don't try to pigeon drop. They don't do it all. Just
Dennis, skip to page 22. And do you know what I'm looking at here?
Okay, let me go to 22 real quick.
There's just no way out of this.
Okay. I'm there.
Are these creditors?
State of judges, of course. This is the corporation. What they're showing here now is the business that looks like Haynes is set up, and they're showing that they are address and everything.
More evidence that she helped set up these accounts, and she had something to do with them.
Registrant, yeah. So this is, I guess, our LLC.
Yeah. It's no getting out of it. More emails.
They're showing the judge. Clearly, they made numerous attempts. They got read receipts. They have the text messages.
I was about to say, girl, there's a text message. They text messaged her. Oh my God. I can't read it because it's like double. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
It's really.
Yeah, it's
hard to
text
read.
Miss Haynes. Okay,
Yeah.
text Miss Haynes. This is Natalie, the send the message. Text Miss Haynes. She has not been served. She is evading service, so she was served via email. We tried. This is the lawyer communicating personal service twice already. Since I know she has actual notice, evading service is not going to help her. If that is her excuse for not responding.
I can't believe you can read that. I'm blind as a bat. I need that.
So anyway, I got a big screen in front of me.
I'm looking at it. I'm getting a headache.
But what they're saying is, we've tried.
Right.
I didn't just try.
So this is a lawyer saying, I tried to appeal to her, but she's hanging on the not properly served per advice from other counsel. So one lawyer said, listen, I'm trying. So she's pretty much saying that she's not responding. So Cardi's lawyer is saying, no worries, I'm moving to compel next week and noticing applicee CR2, which I will serve at office or on registrant agent. It's fine. She's just delaying the inevitable, but that's her choice. Thank you so much for trying to reason with her, though. So they're showing that the lawyer's even trying. She's not respecting it. She's not respecting even her attorney, the officer of the court. And it just looks like, okay, what does she have to hide? What does this woman have to hide? Who goes to this much extreme to do this? Is she so this company, is she working for the company? Have financial partners? Is she a partner in the company? Is she a partner? She's not the owner. It looks kind of weird,
More emails.
More emails.
So for you who are just entering the chat, Cardi B has found offshore accounts. So you'll have to rewind it for Tasha K. And she has more than enough evidence showing that Tasha perjured. Do I say perjured or perjured herself on the stands? So did her husband, and so is the accountant. They're all in trouble.
Well, the accountant is dodging. The accountant hasn't said anything yet. She hasn't said anything about her actions.
She doesn't have to say anything, Dennis. You are evading is a nice word. You are jumping through hoops not to be found.
Yeah.
She's probably staying at her sister's house.
That is crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It makes you think that she has, she's getting PC off these trusts or something off it. You don't know. You know, it makes you think that she's financially benefiting from setting up these trusts. Because if someone says, I got $1 million, I need you to help me hide this $1 million. So what am I getting off of that? Is she getting 3%? What is she getting off of hiding the money? We've seen the movies.
Yeah, no, I agree. It got to be
You're
something.
saying she had to do something to Tasha had to do something in order for Mrs. Haynes to throw her career out the window. She either paid her. What else could it be? Yeah. What else?
Oh, I mean,
Oh my God.
that's about it, really.
More evidence and more evidence. That's the end.
Clearly, she didn't do a good job because they found it. So she didn't do a good job. She was hiding in plain sight.
Jeez. This is like a movie.
And it's weird,
unbelievable.
like,
Yo, Perry, what's that in the background? What's that going on?
You know he does.
I'm just seeing that. Wow.
this is how it could go down. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it could. But hopefully, I don't know. At this point, they run it from something. It sounds like, you know, with the accountant and stuff like that. But this is my thing. Now, in Florida, the bankruptcy was filed in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she got to deal with that if they decide to prosecute. Because
Mhm.
Cardi go back, I think the Judge Ray, is that his name?
Judge William Ray.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, could she go back with the evidence that she found this money that has been transferred, you know, the transactions?
She can.
Yeah. Oh.
They can go right back to Judge Ray. I mean, they can go back to Judge Ray for violating his order, but that doesn't stop them from going to another judge for the whole perjury. So there are two different situations here. The judge can start a, you know, I guess have a hearing on this to address the moving of the funds and then the perjury stuff. So it depends on the jurisdiction she committed the crime in. I think it's going to happen in Florida.
And then you said Department of Justice investigating, right?
Yeah, it was referred.
Somebody says in the chat, can Tasha K husband be deported if found guilty? Most definitely.
Is he a citizen or not? Is he? I don't know. I don't know his immigration status.
Even if you're a citizen,
he might be a citizen.
Oh, okay.
I would assume he is, but I don't know.
But I heard that he wasn't a citizen yet. That's what I heard. This is bad.
If that's the case, yeah, he might not get past that. I swear to whatever the oath you take. You know, I came in on the ship, so I don't know what that.
We all came in on the ship. Somebody said this is not that important. Oh my gosh, Natasha and Cardi needs to go sit down.
That's a wino. That's a wino.
With all due respect, Natasha, Dennis, go down the list of people that you know that have been sent to jail for wire fraud, tax evasion, money laundering.
Wesley Snipes, go to jail.
Wesley Snipes. The Fat Joe had the issue. You had the Chris Lees. This is a lot of people go to jail for this. And Wesley Snipes. I mean, this is different in the sense that they got her on video lying. Like, you know, Wesley was just not paying. You know, it's just, you know, and
Natasha, what I want you to know is at this point, it is out of Cardi B's hands. This is like the government now, right? Is that how you would describe it? Is taking over?
Yeah, the whole line today, not reporting on your income tax. I mean, and then you were questioned by the IRS agent on the earlier phone call during on the hearing.
Oh, that's
you
right.
know, so it's a lot that she has to deal with. She needs to lawyer up, a real attorney that can negotiate a plea agreement.
Yeah, and that would be her smartest move right now.
She gotta get an attorney.
You gotta try to get some kind of plea agreement, because why drag this out? And for all of the winos in the chat, I understand. Like, I don't want anybody, any other blogger, because that's what I do, to go to jail for something, you know, on a video. I know.
And I'll say this too, Sharrell. Nobody on this panel, winos or not, whatever, nobody on the panel is wanting her to go to jail.
No.
We're just talking about what possibly can happen, what's going on in the news, things that they have done. I mean,
Right.
because neither one of us is under oath answering those questions.
Right.
That's it.
And they made a choice. I mean, it's nothing that we did. This is in black and white and in color too on the video. But you know, we ain't got the video yet. But
Here's
this
my
is
mom. Here's my mom crying. Tasha, please get a better attorney. What about that, Dennis? My mom saying you got to get a better attorney. What do you think?
Well, she got to respect her attorney. I don't even know if it's even to this you know that the attorney can help her because she's not listening to her attorneys. Because I'm sure attorneys tell you got to be honest. But if you decide you don't want to listen to your attorneys, then what do you do?
Yeah,
you know, I mean, at some point, people will listen to the attorney. At some point, I don't know if it's this point.
I don't want to see Tasha get in trouble, but it's out of Cardi B's hands right now. It's out of Tasha's hands right now. When the feds come in, they come in.
And then the whole antagonizing of Cardi and the whole thing with she was just doing too much. So what is Cardi's incentive for even backing down? Is there really incentive? She owes her money, and then you lying and like, come on, what?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll admit to this though. I never imagined it going this far.
Me either. I'll be honest. I didn't think she was that. I won't say stupid. She
wouldn't make that many mistakes. Say it that way.
Right. I wouldn't think she would make that many mistakes. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, like Dennis said, it's the taunting, though, right? Like Cardi B step outside on her front porch. Tasha walk past. I ain't got it.
Okay,
I ain't got it. And standing in front of. I mean, like making a mockery out of it for real.
She probably had no idea things would go this far. Let's
go
go from.
I mean, most people think this, Sharrell, and this is what I really think. They think, oh yeah, they watch all these shows and stuff. If this happened to me, child, that's all you got to do is put all your money in somebody else's name, or things like that. They just think they can get away with it. File a bankruptcy. People think bankruptcy gonna get you out a lot. No, it's not a judgment. It damn sure ain't gonna get you out of student loans.
Right. So it's a stall tactic a lot of times. People do it unless you file in the Chapter 7. You're stalling, delaying. Even with a Chapter 11, you're just trying to stretch it out. You got to pay, but
Monique says Tasha's pride is her downfall. Kobe says if they sent Martha Stewart to jail, poor Tasha.
Right. That's I forgot about Martha. They definitely took
some beans and rice.
Y'all are messy. Beans and rice. Janice says I will pay this lady. Then to continue going through this stressful situation.
I'm attorney Ken Newton.
What's that? I like Tasha, but I honestly, this ain't worth it. Give her the money and start over. It's like a toxic relationship. But here's the problem, Janine. I think, honest to God, Tasha K would give Cardi B her money, but she doesn't have $4 million. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money if you are a successful rapper. If you made $4 million that year, you did good. I believe Cardi is she got a lot of money, a lot. Let's take a couple more. There's no incentive in Cardi backing out. Since Tasha refuses to leave her alone, the only incentive Cardi could give herself, which she already pondered, was peace of mind, but TK wouldn't allow it. No comment on that. Tasha does not have $4 million liquid. She does not have it. She just doesn't have it. What about that, Byron?
How do you know how do we know what she has if she's hiding the money? No one knows what she has. She's got 5 trusts. We don't know what's in those trusts. We don't know if it's 500,000 here, 500,000 here, half 500,000 there. So I don't have it. We don't know what you don't have. We know you moved 30,000 just in one account. Do we know that you don't have money hidden in a bunch of other accounts? Because you got a lot of accounts set up, 5 accounts. So I don't have it won't fly much longer because Cardi found the trust. Why do you need 5 trusts if you don't have it?
And that's true. And I would say this too, like a lot of people focus on if Tasha had the money, she would do this. And the reason why Tasha won't do it because she don't have the money, that's all irrelevant. The bottom line is this: Tasha, whether she got it or not, Tasha don't want to give it. She don't want to give it to Cardi B. And you can say, well, what's
that noise? Who's playing something?
She don't want to give it to her.
Somebody's playing something in the background.
It's not me.
I don't know.
That's really weird.
Yeah, but either way.
Oh, it's me.
I'm just saying that she don't want to give. That's my point. That, you know.
IE Network says, let's keep in mind, folks, Cardi gave her 3 chances to not even go to court. Tasha said, so, oh, well.
Mhm.
Okay, listen, we're going to wrap this up. Dennis, can you come next time? Because this has been great.
Yeah, sure. Just you know how to reach me.
Yeah. And what do you think that, so they're going to court next month, February 14th?
Yeah, February 14th. Yep.
Valentine's Day. That's
Valentine's, that's boy.
that's bad.
That's bad. Yeah, that's gonna be bad.
Well, thank you for your work. We found the information from your channel, which is called, go ahead.
Hip Hop Inquirer.
I always type in Dennis Byron.
Me
It comes
too.
right up.
It pop up though, and then I had to see
Yeah,
which it was
it
on.
comes
Yeah.
right up.
Yeah.
Because you're on it. You've been following this case how long, Dennis?
Since she was served,
The
and
beginning.
before she was served.
Yeah. Are you covering the Young Thug trial?
I am. I'm actually one of the camera person in the courtroom. I'm also the camera person in the election interference with Donald Trump. So,
Ooh, we got to find out about that. Listen, that Young Thug is, yes or no? Do you think he's going to be found guilty? It's hard to say.
if no, I would say that right now, if they had to put a vote to the jurors, he would probably get off because the prosecution hasn't made a strong case against him yet.
And that woman is out of her mind, Fonnie. She's crazy. All right, you guys, let me write. Now we're just talking personal talk.
That's another story. But yeah, I got a lot of those shots. My shots made it to the Wall Street Journal, New York Times.
Yeah, because you're a real journalist, and we're very proud of you. Yeah, all right, you guys, we're gonna see if he comes back. It's not looking good, but you never know in court. One day it could look bad, and the next day it might look better. But this right now, today, it's not looking good.
Not right now.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Perry.
Thank you, Perry. Thank you.
Play our music. We're out, people.
All right, everybody. We'll see y'all
until next time. But for right now, fuck this shit. We out.
Hey.
Shit, I'm out. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab